the minute I saw you, I says, he's out for your city. But I never knew that you're from Greek Street.
Yes, I was born in the front room, Greek Street Flats 1A, front bedroom, in the year of our Lord 1951.
Okay.
I was born without a shirt in my back and a name to call me own. But yeah, and moved out to Drimnagh. I didn't live there, I was just born there. We moved out to Drimnagh, I was only about 6 months at the time. And as I grew older, I used to come in twice a week to run messages for my granny. And I was all around here into the market.
Yeah.
And I had an uncle worked here and an uncle worked the fish market. Like a lot of people around the area, they all worked in the markets here, you know. But great, and played football between the the clothesline, the lamps.
Yeah.
You know, because the old ears would be given out. You know, you don't even live here. We could look out the window in my granny's and we could see this place called Lightfoot's. It was a great name, and he used to sell all the saddles and boots, and obviously because farmers used to come up here. You know, and direct to the markets to sell the stuff. So it was great for them. They could buy boots, really good boots, and saddles and everything, you know.
I don't remember that.
You don't remember that? I was always fascinated by looking at all these boots hanging up, you know.
Yeah.
Like something over Western, you know what I mean? That's over way. I'd come down to visit my granny. I'd go by the fish market and an uncle. Two uncles working there, and an uncle working there. And I used to give him the nod. And so I'd stay there, and I'd stay in my granny's, and when he'd come around, when he'd be finished work, which is about 4 in a day, because it starts fairly early here, they'd have the loads of fish wrapped up in newspaper to bring home. But it was amazing. We get the best. We were eating lobster before, lobster, and cockles, prawns, and the winkles. You know the winkles? You used to take
I never liked the winkles.
You don't like the winkles, no? I've gone off shellfish, but
I remember eating lobster
and plenty of herring.
Yeah,
there's loads of herring. And then here all the exotic fruits.
That's right.
Fruits that we didn't see for years, but they had them here for probably all the big high-class hotels and restaurants.
Yeah.
You see all these amazing fruits like apple.
Yeah. My mother actually walked in the fish market.
Did she?
Yeah, she did. At night, filling the fish and that, you know.
Oh yeah, and then when the auctions, I think they used to auction when the guys came up from the sea, they drop it off, and it's very early. It's about, these guys are up early, about 3:30. Because the odd time I'd stay with my grandmother and be overnight, 5 in the morning, these guys be whistling.
And
it's the middle of the day.
That'd open for them.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. All the early. Yeah, all the early
so
houses.
They could win and get a pint.
Yeah, because it was their lunch hour. Their lunch hour was probably about 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
So they go in and have the lunch, you know. I remember next door to my grandmother's with the Enrights, and they were all the dealers. She sold fish. That's right, and then they sold stuff. She had our daughters and all, they sold in Thomas Street.
That's right.
We used to get these. That's right, the Easter eggs, and then I think did somebody else over in Camden Street.
S.E.N. Wright's granddaughter is up in Thomas Street still.
Still selling?
Yeah.
She's selling frawlies.
Yes, it's not fish now, she's selling fruit.
Yeah.
And who else out of the flats? Rio Judge.
Yeah.
Out of the flats, she's selling fruit up there.
Wow. See, I wouldn't know them. If I saw them. They're all. God, they're probably younger than me, you know.
Yeah.
But still a lot of them around. Still a few of them. That's good to see.
Yeah.
That's good to see.
Of course it is. Yeah.
I remember there was one time I was playing football with some of the locals and my cousins, using the clothesline posts for goal posts.
Yeah.
And I kicked the ball and I went up onto the roof of the fish market.
Okay,
and of course, in the old Dublin ways, if you canted the ball, that means if you kicked it somewhere else, you had to climb up and you had to shimmy up this drain pipe, which is in the corner. I was just looking, I was around there, it's gone now. I wouldn't be able to do it now anyway.
Yeah.
But I remember getting up, I was going on looking for the ball, and there was this big commotion, which meant nothing, because like you were saying, it was a very noisy place. Then everything went quiet. Then I heard a guy shouting action, and I looked out, and there was movie in the thing, in the fish market. And the doors opened, and out drove this very old-fashioned truck. Yeah. And sitting behind the wheel, he got out, was James Cagney. They were making shake hands with the devil. Very old. He was fairly old at the time. It was about 1961 or 1962 maybe. But there it was, yeah. And a couple of years later, I was had a part in the Veronica Guerin movie.
Yeah.
And that's where they made it in the very same state. I was in the very
They
same
do,
spot.
they do.
So little did I know, and I was looking over the wall, you know. What the hell.